Hello there, and welcome back to another video. I am Brown Eyes. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers. Thank you for the clicks, the views, the energy, the like, the subscribes, the comments. Thank you for your energy. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing for Brown Eyes' channel. Thank you so much for supporting me. Now, I just decided to pull off the energy of the Divine Masculine because why not? And I also felt more compelled to pull what is his divine masculine's energy into as far as his spheres are concerned during this crisis time or this quarantine time. What is he facing that really has him in fear? Things that people don't know about, things he's not telling no one about, but it has him in such a mental state that I feel energetically divine masculines are crying out energetically. They're not talking about it. But because, they have to keep that image up. But see, this is a time that no one has ever seen. I've never seen a time like this where they've closed down everything and they've totally controlled your movement here. So in this time where people are forced to, shut it down, and kind of introspect and think about things because you have no choice but to think about it because you have a lot to think about. Look at what's going on in the world. That's where you can start. But the divine masculines are thinking about their future, and they're not optimistic like they used to be because these are uncertain times here. They're different. This is something. This is a unprecedented, if you will, event that's happening across the world. If you're here, you play a significant role in witnessing what is happening here. But I feel the divine masculines are crying out from their souls, from their hearts energetically, because they feel like they have no control over their life. Now, they're always thinking, even in the midst of being in toxic situations and being around toxic karmic people, they still have hope in their hearts, and they're thinking about brand new beginnings with their divine. And not just divine, they're thinking about a brand new beginning in their own lives first because they've never been mentally and emotionally free. So during this time, we're asking the universal's energy to let us see behind the scenes, so to speak, where the divine masculine is fearful in this area. Maybe perhaps your divine feminines, if you really love your divine masculine, whether you be with that person or not, this video can serve as you being able to know what to intercede on his behalf for. Send some prayers up for our divine masculines, whether you're in separation, whether you have walked away from that union because you once was in love with that person. So I feel like if we are awakened, if we are building our spiritual man and we're more connected with the divine source, then we're responsible to a degree. Even if it's just to lift your divine masculines or your brothers. They don't even have to be your divine masculine. We're going to say all of the men, lift them up in prayer. And we're going to speak and believe positive things for their lives because, god dang, if we can't come together, then there's no structures in the families anymore. Therefore, the children are running amok. Each generation gets worse and worse and worse because I'm telling you, these young folks around here about to lose their goddamn mind because of the quarantine. I'm telling you, I heard they did a parade locally here and they call it the coronavirus. No, the corona parade, y'all. They're very original, and they're very creative in this time like this. But this generation is you shake your head at this generation, especially those who have no kill switch. But so, by the divine masculines being in their spiritual higher power, they can make better decisions in life, and they can stop the cycle of creating karmic cycles. Per chance to dream, divine masculine. Per chance to dream. This is new because I haven't seen this one before. Now, it looks like two people here. Per chance to dream here, divine masculine. Maybe the universe is, we're dealing off of the dark energy, the temple of my body. So the divine masculine could be fearing that he's not in good health here. He could be being tormented in his dreams, Maybe his dreams are being compromised because, a lot of divine masculines don't have as much hope and confidence as they used to have. And then you're hiding your true self, divine masculine, because you wore a mask so long, and it's like you're afraid that if you really show the real you, that people are not going to accept you for who you are, especially your divine feminine, because you really put on an act. But then the universe is telling you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, divine masculine. And it says anger and chains. So a lot of these divine masculine has anger issues because of their childhood issues that they haven't been dealt with. They've always been wearing this facade. They've always been trying to act like someone else. They've been trying to perpetrate in front like who they saw as they grew up. Because remember, a lot of divine masculines grew up in single parent homes, which were their females. And some of those females may have been young when they had these divine masculines, so they couldn't teach these boys how to be men. So the community taught these young boys how to become men. I see a lot of these divine masculines had sexual encounters with adult people that they shouldn't have. I see a lot of women sucking their dicks as they was kids, and it totally turned them out rather. So now a lot of them have sexual addictions that they're dealing with. I feel like in this particular number 28, which is 10, it's an ending or trying to come out of this. Perchance to dream. Maybe the divine masculine is being hunted in his dreams about his lifestyle that he never wants to come out. You know what I'm saying? It's because he can't forgive himself because he has forgetting. Oh, it says forgetting one set. I thought it said forgive. No, he's forgetting himself. He don't know what the fuck is going on. These divine masculines is lost as hell. I'm telling you. If it wasn't for these divine feminines want to know the answer so god dang on bad and pulling tarot cards, they wouldn't know what the hell is going on. But it's like the divine masculine is being tormented in his dreams about his lifestyle, and he doesn't ever want that to come out because it's become a nightmare. A lot of people that he did grimy shit with probably sleep good at night. But this divine masculine energy that I'm pulling, he doesn't like it because he keep having nightmares. And I guess as soon as he met his divine feminine, it opened up the door for all types of things to be made, make him to be made aware of. The temple of my body for the divine masculine, something he's afraid of. He's probably had so much sex, so much reckless, perverted sex in his life. When it says the temple of my body, like I said, a lot of these divine masculines got their dick sucked when they was kids, little boys. They didn't know what the fuck to do because it felt good to them. And I'm not knocking you, divine masculine, because anything that happened to you when you are a child is not your fault. I promise you, it's no child's fault. Your child's supposed to be protected. But I think a lot of divine masculines, I feel in my energy so strong, a lot of divine masculines were molested. They started off sucking their dicks and they started liking that shit. And then they advanced and started fucking them. And these young boys grew up into men and they grew up to be womanizers because all they were surrounded by were pimps and hustlers in their energy. And so they made the divine masculine as a child feel like him getting his dick sucked as an innocent child was the thing to do as a man. So they grew up in that energy. That's why they're uncommittal, because they're hoish. So the temple of my body is him thinking about all of the reckless behavior he was subject to, even to no fault of his own, to the point where it took over his energy and he became perverted in his sexuality. And no telling what type of sexual things this divine masculine have done all down the years, you hear me? Because I know they've been doing that kinky threesome things, and who's to say a lot of divine masculines could be down low too? You know what I'm saying? When they in that low vibrational lifestyle, then anything goes. But I feel like a lot of things that they were doing, they do not want to come out. So this is a big ass fear for a lot of these divine masculines because they're thinking about a lot of shit. They thinking about shit that happened years and years ago. They still don't want out. You hear me? They don't ever want anyone to know how reckless and how fucked up emotionally they really are because of their upbringing. And then it says hiding your true self. They're hiding their true self because they don't want to present this molested, abused, abandonment issues boy that grew up into a man. They don't ever want you to see how broken and how wounded they actually really were and still are today. So they mask behind the image of the world to make themselves look good, because it almost convinced them into believing that all that shit that happened to them as a kid didn't happen, but it did, because they're hiding from it. So instead of facing it so that they can be delivered, they're fronting like they somebody that they know they ain't, and it's starting to affect them because look at this red. This is like, instead of thinking that you're somebody of noble character. You thinking yourself as somebody who is heated and is down for the cause and whatever it is. You got red. And then you got two people here. You just turn into a Dr. Jekyll and a Mr. Hyde, faking like you somebody else till you don't even know who the fuck your ass is anymore, divine masculine, because it says forgetting oneself. You got lost. You got lost in that perverted energy, and that's what you never want anyone to know. But all of your homeboys that you kicked it with back in the day, they all know, because they all like that too, because they had the same examples growing up. And let's not forget about the anger and the chains. When we talk about the anger and the chains here, it's like about all of these attachments through your pride and through your arrogance that you refuse to identify or that you refuse to let go of has just created attachments. You're bound with the chains. You're bound to certain things. You're bound to your flesh. You're bound to your ego. You're bound to the image. You're bound because of your anger. You get mad at what happened to you as a child, and instead of correcting it, you just create karmic situations just for gain. And now you're bound to those things. So let me clarify some of these cards and dig a little bit deeper right quick, because I want to pull some more cards. But this is a lot. The divine masculine does not want anyone to know that they have had so much sloppy, disgusting sex in their life that they don't know what's going on with their body. They probably, to be honest, most of the divine masculines don't even want to take their asses to the doctor because they don't want to know. They rather live in ignorance and just stay in that dark side than to face it, because they're being tormented in their dreams. They don't want to tell the divine feminine that they're being tormented by some shit that they did that they probably didn't get caught for, but it's still hunting them today. So they probably did a whole bunch of messy ass shit back in the day. They don't want you to know, divine feminine, that they had on a hell of a mask when they met you. All his homeboys knew he wasn't shit because they was all the same way. So if ever they saw you around, they probably like, how the hell he get this precious soul? If she only knew what that dude was all about. Man, he don't need her. Even his homeboys probably was saying he don't deserve that angel. He don't deserve her. If she only knew how foul he really is. So let's clarify these real quick for the divine masculine's fears during this time of uncertainty, during this time of quarantine, of controlled movement. What is he fearful of? What is he trying to hide that he can't be delivered from because he keeps trying to hide it? The bottom of the deck, he got the Four of Pentacles. He's holding it close. He don't tell nobody. He's holding it close. He will not reveal what he really experienced as a child. He may give you little crumbs just to satisfy you, but he's not going to tell you that the neighbor's, the mama's best friend or the neighbor that, was sucking his dick or that the auntie was doing or an older cousin or maybe the uncle was doing some shit. But either way it go, they fucked him up sexually. Now he has a sexual addiction. So clarify, perceive, to dream. Is that perceive? Perchance to dream. Perchance to dream. We have the Magician. So the universe is telling you you're having all of these nightmares and you're being tormented in your dream. But why don't you learn how to turn that negative energy into something positive so that you can free yourself, because you are the manifester of your life. Divine masculine, you're not helpless now. You're staying stuck, but you have the tools that you need. Your dream is a form of being a magician. But the only way it can work for you is if you control what type of dreams that you're having. And if you're tormented about negative, toxic things, then it's time to stop sweeping shit under the rug and set yourself free. Ten of Pentacles, so you want to manifest abundance in your life. That is one fear that you have, divine masculine. You do not want to be in that same energy as you were when you was a little boy, because you hated how that shit made you feel. You hated that. You hate poverty. These divine masculines despise poverty. This divine masculine wants the American dream. So he's dreaming, but his dreaming is kind of being tormented and tampered with at this time because he's not in the right energy. But the universe is telling him that you can manifest it. You're already dreaming. Just make your dreams positive. But he don't want you to know what he's been doing. Now, the temple of my body, why is this here? Yeah, the divine masculine has abused his body. He done played the whore, the harlot. He done did some hell of a shit strange for some change in his day because he refused to be that poor little child. Page of Wands, he was very immature. He was always offering his dick. Maybe he was selling himself. Maybe he saw some sugar mamas and he, they was being real nice to him. Maybe that's what he did as a kid. The older women in the neighborhood, they had money and they was perverted. And so he was young, explorative, full of passion. He wanted that money. So he did what he had to do to get that money. Anything was better than not having, because that's what's got him fucked up today is abandonment issues. The Sun. So it's like he wants to be rebirthed. He wants to be renewed. He wants to be happy. He wants to be joyful because he's always had to pimp himself out one way or the other. And he's tired of it. So he wants to change some things. He wants a whole transformation in his life. He wants to see sunshine after the rain. But it keeps taunting him about all the shit he done did with so many people just to get ahead. So why is hiding your true self here for this divine masculine here? King of Wands, because he's hiding his true self because his true self was this passionate King of Wands. Really didn't want to commit, but just was all about the passion. He couldn't control himself. He's about the passion. He walk around with the dick in the hand. You hear me? Because little do he know, because you got the Page of Wands and you got the King of Wands, and it's all dealing with your body and who you are. So he thought that his body could get him what he needed. He thought if he played that game, then it would give him the desires of his heart physically, materialistically, because that's what it's all about for him. But he lost himself. He don't even know who he is. He don't know who the fuck he is. So Divine Feminine, who was this guy? He don't want you to know it. So you got the Eight of Wands. So hiding your true self means that he was always on the prowl for passion. He didn't tell the Divine Feminine. He made the Divine Feminine feel like he was committable, that he wanted to build some type of stability with her, some type of relationship. But what he was really hiding was that he was a bachelor. He was a playboy. That's all he was interested in was passion, because he had to always feed that passion. Always feed that passion. Always feed that lust. He can't control himself. One woman was not enough for him because he was no longer in his body by himself. Now he had some entities attached with it. Some shit that was left off in his life as a kid. And now it's an addiction. So forgetting oneself. Why is this card here, forgetting oneself? Nine of Wands. Because, so you're like you wounded soldier, forgetting oneself because you just tired. Because you just absolutely tired, man. You just tired. You just tired. You just want to fucking give up, man. You just so fucking tired of trying to fight this flesh and fight this physical world. You don't understand, man. You tired of it. It's like, fuck it. What do I do? I'm tired of fighting. What can I do? I don't even know who I am anymore. Who the fuck am I? Am I anybody worth loving? The Five of Swords, yeah, because you in conflict. You don't know who the fuck you are. You're standing your ground, but you're wounded and you're full of conflict. You're hateful. You're angry. You want to make changes in your life, but you don't fucking know how to do them. You hate that you're addicted to sex like you are. You hate that you keep on having these very lustful imaginations and dreams, and you probably on porn and doing all those things that's dealing with your sexuality, and it's fucking your ass up is what it's doing. But it's been like that. It's been in you. It's just that as you grew up and became a man, then that appetite grew. So now you fronted like you was this upstanding guy and that one woman was enough, but in actuality, you got an addiction because of what was done to you as a kid. And you'll never tell that because you're too embarrassed, but it wasn't your fault. And it doesn't give you the right to impose. If you just want to have a fuck affair, raunchy fuck affair, tell folks that's what you want. People don't want to get emotionally attached to people that's been through traumatic events. Not when you're not on the up and up, because the person that becomes their problem then. And don't nobody want your bullshit ass problems. So yes, I sympathize with you, divine masculine, but your secrets is what's keeping you in bondage. Your secrets are keeping you unhealed. So yes, we need to intercede even still for these divine masculines because they don't think with their head anymore. They just rather have sex. Just rather have sex and just screw whoever's down with them. They don't want nobody to hold them accountable because they don't. It's that demon in them. It's just whatever has them, and it's been in them for a very long time. They practice this so long. They practice this so long till it is just a part of them. Not all, because let me say, my disclaimer, this is a general reading. I'm not doing a personal reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Don't get offended. I'm just telling you what the cards say because a lot of these divine masculines are hoish in nature. And a lot of them got molested as children because remember, they got abandonment issues. If somebody abandoned you as a child, didn't provide for you the bare necessities that you provide for your child, why wouldn't a child be fucked over too? If your own people who provide for you ain't even making sure you're taken care of, then they leaving you open for whatever the fuck to happen to you. So that's a part of it too. They ain't gonna tell that part though because it messes with their ego. You know, it's just they so brainwashed that, you know, they think men are supposed to just be steel, but they're not. They're not made of steel. They're made of flesh and blood just like everyone else. So now I'm going to pull a few cards from Shadows of Light, and I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, so at your bottom of your deck, your overall energy for this one, because we're dealing on your shadow side, we're dealing with your fears. What has gotten you so fearful? What you don't want people to know about? What have you done? What's going on? It says, Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, count your blessings. So, but the universe is saying that regardless of what you've been through, you still got something to be thankful for. Carnivorous flower, a tempting offer has a high price. See there? They was always led by the lust of their flesh because, that went off. Because at first, it was because they had a need. So they didn't mind tricking off because they was dealing with sugar mamas and they could have even been dealing with sugar daddies. Let's just keep it real. They didn't mind at first because it was a necessity. They was giving and they were receiving because they needed something growing up. But now it's a burdensome to them now because it's replaying over and over in their head. And a lot of these divine masculines are stuck with people just for their money and they don't know how to get away from them now. It says Nautilus Princess, powerful personal growth. So it's time for you to take control of your life, divine masculine. Stop sweeping shit under the rug, thinking everybody gonna judge you. And then it says Strange Valentine, love is strange. Love is indeed strange because I feel like even though this divine masculine has a lot of skeletons in his closet, a lot of secret things he does not want anyone to know, I feel like energetically deep down he still loves his divine feminine because she's called him out on some shit. Ain't nobody ever said things that she said to him. No one else has ever noticed. So that's why I'm saying if you have any type of spiritual connection, even if it's in separation, even if you don't want his ass no more, his or her ass no more, still intercede and send out a prayer for these men because they going through it. And they just gonna keep on dragging folks or somebody gonna take their ass up out of here. Because people are, you know, you can't keep messing over people emotionally or if these divine masculines don't start taking themselves out of here. Because it's going to begin too much for them. You see this divine masculine got this 9 of Wands and this 5 of Swords energy. He's in conflict. He's just hateful. He hated, these divine masculines hated that they're bound to their secrets. Yet they done fucked around and met divine feminine. So it's kind of easy for them to walk away because they feel like they don't have to worry about the secrets getting out. But energetically, it's already out. That's why we're reading these motherfucking cards. That's all I'm saying. So at the bottom of the deck, you got the 2 of Swords here. So he needs to decide. Of course, all these divine masculines need to decide. They need to decide whether or not they want to let their fear lie to them and keep them in bondage, or do they need to move forward in their power and let the universe help them, because the universe is telling you who you are, what you can do. You have the Magician card here. You can manifest some shit. You can manifest your whole lifestyle, but it depends on what you're thinking about. If you're thinking about the past things that you can't do shit about, Queen of Wands. So count your blessings. Count your blessings because you got the divine feminines praying for you. you got the divine femme still praying for you and thinking about you. He still considers the divine feminine a blessing. He still, even in spite of all of the shit he's going through energetically, he still considers his divine feminine a blessing, and she fine as hell being a blessing. You hear me? So yeah, his energy is all over the place because of his fears, but he still got love and passion and attraction for his divine feminine. And so we got the Nine of Swords. So it's like he still considers her a blessing, but he knows what type of energy he's left her in because of what he's going through. And it's not fair. But it's kind of a blessing because once you're aware of something, you can change it. But you know, it's like ghost of the pumpkin past. It's like he always ghosting the divine feminine. All she want to do is try to help his ass. So, you know, he know he's left her in this anxiety, or he's in this anxiety because of this divine feminine in this separation, because of these secrets, these lies that he lets interfere in his life that stops his movement. So, carnivorous flower fairy, a tempting offer has a high price. So see there? You can't do the same negative shit for too long, because pretty soon it's going to start being a vexation to your spirit. Let's clarify this card. And I think that these divine masculines are at their breaking point. Yes, because we got the Justice card. So they wanted to end these cycles. They want, it's karma. It's karma. They did this shit for so fucking long, tricking off women, probably trying to make these women think that they want commitment. They want to build stability while these other partners was investing. And then all along, they don't want to do nothing but just play along, get what the fuck they want to get while they ghost their ass and move on to the next victim. So now they're under judgment. This is karma. They have to go through it. It's karma because they're being tormented in their head. They got so many secrets, man. So many horrible secrets that they endured as children. And it's got them stuck. So, but instead he wants victory, or he's recognizing that this is karma. The divine masculine is recognizing that this is karma. This is karma that he's going through. Because during this time of isolation and thinking, his fears is reminding him, because he asking himself, why is he going through this shit? He want to know, why am I going through this? And so the universe is reminding him of all the choices that he's made that he did not handle right. And now it makes sense to him, you know, because he can't deny it. He's being judged. So why is this Nautilus Princess? Powerful personal growth here for these divine masculines who are ashamed of their secrets here. You got the Nine of Wands again, because he's so wounded. He needs to heal, and he's so wounded. These men are so fucking wounded. They're so wounded. They're just so wounded, man. It's sad. They're so wounded, man. They got a little fight left in them. They can, but they holding on by a thread, because the pressure's always been on the men. Remember that. And you got the High Priestess here. So he has a little fight left, but he's willing to fight for his divine feminine. You got the Empress. He's wounded, and he's been through a hell of a lot of shit. He wouldn't dare want to tell you, divine feminine, because he's ashamed of him, and he's afraid that if it comes out what he's really been through, that you wouldn't look at him the same. And you probably wouldn't, because of the bullshit. But I'm just saying, if you're mature and you really have a spiritual connection with this person, you could at least intercede for him. You ain't got to be with him. Just pray for him. He's wounded, but he still wants you, divine feminine. Now, this last card says Strange Valentine. Love is strange. Love is indeed strange, ain't it? Because I didn't know nothing about divine masculines till I had this challenging relationship. And so it caused me to create this channel just to get some freaking answers, because they wasn't telling me shit. You hear me? You got the Four of Cups. Love is strange. He's not accepting offers. He's bored. So what are you bored? You're not accepting offers, divine masculine, about this strange Valentine. What is this about? Is this your toxic karmic energy? Because it says Strange Valentine. You're not accepting their offer. And the harsh truth is that you don't no longer want to be in this toxic relationship with your karmic partner, because you got the Knight of Swords. You're coming in to cut something out, or some type of harsh truth. And the harsh truth is you no longer want to be in this commitment, because you got the Four of Cups. You're not accepting their offer. You don't want shit to do with that. You're tired of that. You're tired of this strange love, because love shouldn't be strange. You hear me? Love should be pure. Love should be abundant. Love should always elevate your energy. But for some reason, the Divine Masculine has been dealing with strange love. That's why he can't understand the Divine Feminine, because it's so different. Can I get some more energy for this Divine Masculine, please? His fears that he does not want anyone to know about. You got the Magician again. He wants you to, he's been manipulating some things. He's been a manipulator. He could have been practicing some type of witchcraft. He could have been performing spells, because, excuse me, because there's a secrets. He don't want you to know about them. He don't want the Divine Feminine to know that he's been manifesting her back into his life, because you got the Three of Wands. He's waiting. He's been manifesting the Divine Feminine back into his life. He don't want you to know that, though. And you got the World. He could be at a distance, but he wants you to know that he wouldn't want you to know that something has really changed in his life. He's really been going through some really dark shadows of his life. He's been going through it. And he don't want the Divine Feminine to know, because he's gonna know that she know that it's karma based on the way that he treated her. He don't want you to know that. And you got the Hierophant. So something changed. Maybe it should. Let me get one more card. Oh, y'all, excuse me. I need something to drink. Page of Wands here. So something has changed. Some type of commitment, or some type of, maybe he got some higher understanding concerning his childish, immature ways. That is what changed. This was changing about this Divine Masculine. He's going through a transformation, but he still is ashamed of his life. He's ashamed of his upbringing. He's ashamed, because he'll tell you just a little bit, but the things he's really fearful of and really, really ashamed of, he won't tell you. That's why the cards is telling you that. So it's like he's manifesting you, Divine Feminine, because he want to let you know that something has changed in his life. He's changed in his life. He's been getting a better understanding here, and he's realized that he's had to grow up and stop being a hoe, because that energy was left in him. But if he want to have a commitment, he's going to have to stop being a hoe. He's going to have to figure out a way that's not being a man. You can't, that's not what love and life is about, is your dick, okay? Because one day that dick ain't going to be all up. You hear me? And then what? I'm just saying. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up, because I'm over 30 minutes, y'all. I could go on and on and on, because it seems like this Divine Masculine energy is coming out of here, but I'm going to wrap it up right now. And if this video resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe to Brown Eyes. Leave me a comment. Thank you guys so much for your energy and your support, and I will talk to you on the next video. Hi.